everyone, I welcome you all to RKP online classes. I hope you all are doing good. So, today we are again with our new video and that is about equality. That is about equality. Yes, we are going to start our new chapter of 7th class and it is our chapter of Civics or political science. In our bridge course, we talked about civics or political science and we studied about our government, about our constitution and about parliament as well. Yes, and I told you when we discussed about constitution that in our constitution there are given 6 fundamental rights and some directive principles and some duties as well. Yes, so what are the fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are those rights which are given to every citizen of a country or of our country. These rights are called fundamental rights. So basically there are 6 fundamental rights. Yes, so there are 6 fundamental rights. So first was right to equality. Right to equality. Yes, and second one, right to freedom. Third one is right against exploitation, and next is right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion, and next is right to cultural and scientific education, and the last is right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so we are going to discuss about these fundamental rights. So basically there are 6 fundamental rights, but in this chapter, and our chapter is on equality. So in this chapter we will be discussing about the first right, which is about right to equality. Okay, it means all people are equal, all are same. And second, right to freedom, it means all people, all the citizens of our country, they have freedom to go anywhere, to visit anywhere. And third one is right against exploitation. It means the children of age 6 to 14, they are allowed or they have been provided with compulsory education for how many years? For 8 years and for 6 to 14 age group. But according to recent data, according to updated current data, it is 3 to 18 years. Okay, so basically in government schools 3 to 18 year, they will be provided free and compulsory education. So next is dash. Yes, right against exploitation. It means they will not be allowed to work anywhere who children less than 14 years of age. Next is right to freedom of religion. If a person, a citizen of our country is free to follow any religion, to practice any religion. If he wants to practice Hindu religion, it's his wish, and if he wants to follow or practice any other religion, then still he is free to practice that religion. Next is right to cultural and scientific education. It is basically related to our education. I told you that 6 to 14 years age children of 6 to 14 years age, they are provided free and compulsory education in government schools. And according to current data, it is 3 to 18 years. Next is right to constitutional remedies. I told you at that time as well that our constitution is rigid and flexible. It means it is a unique mixture of or a unique blend of rigidity and flexibility. It means flexibility means where changes can be made easily, but rigid where changes are not easy to be made. Okay, so it is a mixture. If we want to make some changes, then we can, but we want the majority of the votes, or we can say 2/3 of the votes of parliament will be required for making any change in our constitution. Then, so basically these were our fundamental rights. These were our fundamental rights. And right to education, it is given in Article 14 to 18 in our constitution. And in this chapter, basically important article, that is about 15, we will be discussing about Article 15. And what will be that article? The citizens or the people of a country, of our country, they can't be discriminated against under the ground of, we can say, on the ground of their caste, religion, sex, so, and their creed as well, and their color as well. So basically we will be discussing about Article 15 in this chapter, and this chapter is about, or we can say this chapter is in terms of access to shops, public restaurants, hotel, or public event or public places. It means they can go anywhere according to their own wish, they are free to do. Okay, and they all are equal. If anywhere someone can go, then another person can go as well, whether he is of any caste, whether he is male or female, and he is of any other religion. Okay, and the next is this article. It allows everyone to make the use of wells, tanks, public, we can say bathing ghats and the roads and the parks. Okay, so it provides freedom and equality to all the people, to all the citizens of our country, and they will not be discriminated on the basis of, on the ground of their caste, creed, and their religion, and their color as well. Okay, so this right to freedom, it is given in Article 19 to 22, and right against exploitation 23 to 24, and this is 25 to 28, and this is 29 or 30, and this is given in 32. Clear? And right to constitutional remedies, it was about the amendments or about the changes, making changes in our constitution. And for this, an article is also there, that is Article 368. According to this, we can, whenever we want, we can make changes in our constitution. I hope this is clear to you all. And now, our constitution is about universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise? As its name is telling, universal means everywhere. Adult franchise means who are adult, they can make their own government. Okay, so every adult is equally allowed to vote irrespective of their caste, creed, religion. Okay, so that's why it is called universal adult franchise. It means in our whole country, people who are considered adult, who will be adult 18 or above 18. A person who is of 18 years or 18 plus, he will be considered adult. Okay, so every adult is equally allowed to vote without any discrimination. What is discrimination? To compare someone with another less. Okay, mean one person can do one thing and another person cannot do that thing. He is not allowed. That will be discrimination. Okay, mean he can do or he can't do. So we all are equal, we all are equally allowed, and we all have equal rights to do everything. So universal adult franchise, according to this, every adult is equally allowed to vote in our country, and each and every vote that is of equally importance. So we can say, and equality is the soul of our universal adult franchise. Okay, how equality is soul of this franchise? How? I told you right now that every vote is equal. With the help of one vote, any person or any party can be in the majority, and that can win over another team, okay, or another party. So that's why I'm saying that all votes are equal. Each and every vote is equal. So equality is the soul of the universal adult franchise. Okay. So this chapter starts with the story of Kanta, who was a helper, who was working as house helper at the house of Jains. Okay, she was working as a housekeeper or house helper at whose house? Obviously Jane's house. Okay, so once she was in the voting lines, and when she saw that their owners in whose house she is going to work and she is getting her employment. Okay, she saw that she was standing in the same line, and their owners were also standing in the same line. Then she thought that yes, at least at a particular field, at a particular level, at a particular stage, we all are equal. All the people, all the citizens of a country are equal, irrespective of their richness and their, we can say, their according to their religion, caste, whether they are of any religion, whether they are poor, whether they are rich, whether they are of any other religion, they all have their equal rights to give one vote. There will be no discrimination over this, that they are rich or they are of any other religion, then they will be given that vote which is more important than other, or they will be given 2 votes. No, she was happy to know, to feel, to think about that all the citizens of our country, they are all equal. But when she went back at their owner's house, and when she found her daughter ill, then she said that first of all she would have to go to her work, she would have to finish her work, complete her work, and after that she can go to her house and she could bring her daughter to doctor. Yes, but what was the problem there? She would go to government hospital, but at that place they used to stand in the long lines. Okay, long lines, and they all were poor. Clear? So at that time she was thinking that are all people equal? When she was thinking about the voting system, she thought that all are equal. But in this stage, or in this field, in this criteria, are everyone equal? Is everyone equal? No. No one is equal there. That's why she got hurt after thinking about this. So, we can't say that in our country, inequality doesn't exist. Equality, okay, being equal. And the next is, its opposite is inequality. Inequality, it means they are being discriminated against. So in our country we can't say that inequality doesn't exist. It still exists. But at least we can say कि here in the country, before many years, there was no policy, there were no strategies which was made by the government of our country. But at least we are in that country where the policies, the laws and the schemes are being started by the government to maintain the dignity of the citizens and to maintain their equality. Clear? Then we are coming to a next story, which was about next incident, which was about Om Prakash. Om Prakash was a Dalit. Om Prakash was a Dalit. Who is Dalit? Dalit means a person who is of lower caste. Okay, like now SC/BC. Earlier they were known as lower caste, but now we think in the rural areas we can find that all are thinking about their caste and the creed, and they are biased according to their caste and creed. But if we are going to urban areas, we can find that all are equal. Everyone might be thinking that no one is lesser than the next one else. Okay, so Om Prakash, he wrote his biography. He wrote his own autobiography. What is autobiography? When a person is writing about his own story of about his own life, okay, then it will be called autobiography. But when a person is writing about the life story, about the life of any other person, that will be called biography. Okay, suppose if I am writing about my own story, my own life, it will be called my autobiography. As well as Om Prakash wrote his autobiography, and that was Ch-1. And in this autobiography, he told his story that was being faced, or the problems which were being faced by Om Prakash. Okay, so what was the scene, we can say? So Om Prakash was not allowed to sit with the other students in the classroom. Why? Because he was a Dalit. He was from a lower caste. Okay, and students also didn't like to sit with him. Clear? And the teachers also, they made to sit him at the last. जहाँ पर पहुंचे जो फ्लोर था, जो मैट था, that also got almost finished. And he used to sit on, or he had to sit on the floor. Okay, and sometimes he used to sit at the last or outside of the classroom. And the principal and the teachers, and sometimes they used to beat him unnecessarily, just because of this, that he was a Dalit. And we can see Om Prakash sweeping in the ground. Why? Because the headmaster or the principal of that school made him swept the whole school and the playground. He was just so young, and the principal used to sweep him all the playground and all the school. And what happened once, and at that time all students and the teachers look at him while sweeping in the playground, and all used to make fun of him. And what happened once, Om Prakash's father was passing by the school. Then he saw that his child is being, we can say his child's dignity is being violated. It means violated means, it means harmed. This is violate. It means his dignity is being harmed. Then he came to the school. Then he went in front of the principal and he said, "You are a teacher and you are the principal of the school. That's why I'm just saying, my son will not sweep here. He is coming here to study. He is not coming here to sweep the playground and the school. He is coming here, and the other students will also come here who are Dalit, and they all will study here. And this ends with this incident at the school. Finally, the stand which was taken by the father, or which was taken by Om Prakash's father, that incident changed his life. Whose life? Om Prakash's father. So this was about the inequality which was being made towards whom? Towards Om Prakash. Okay. Then obviously at that time, if he is being told that he is inferior to others, mean he is less than others, then obviously his identity is being harmed, or his identity is being hurt. Yes. And next story, that was inequality. Now, do you really think that he should be treated unequally than the other students? You have to write its answer in your own words in your classwork notebook. And now we are proceeding towards our next story, which is about Ansaris. Ansaris means Mr. Ansari and Mrs. Ansari. There was a couple who was in the search of an apartment, and they were new in the city. They were new in the city and they were looking for an apartment to live in. They were having money, so there was no problem about the rent or about the rent to pay off. So they went to a dealer and they asked him to show them some apartments to live in. If they liked any apartment, then obviously they will purchase it, or they will give their rent at once. Clear? So what happened at that time, when they went to first apartment, they obviously liked that apartment and they want to purchase, or they want to live there, because they want to give rent there because they liked it. Okay, then what happened after that, when the landlady or the landlord got to know about the religion followed by the Ansaris, he directly refused them that I can't give my house on rent to you. And why? They gave an excuse that they are vegetarian, and in their society there is not anyone who is non-vegetarian. Okay, and they could clearly smell that in next house the fish was being fried. Then they asked the actual reason, and they were told about the reason. And what was the reason? That they belong to any other religion and they were not allowed to live there. Okay, then what happened? They went to next apartment, again that happened. They went to another apartment, again that happened. Then the dealer who was with them, he told that he asked them to change their surname. He asked that they should change their surname, that or it should be Mr. and Mrs. Kumar. Then they can get the apartment easily. But they didn't. But they denied and they refused to do this. They told that they belong to any religion and they want to live in any apartment by accepting their own religion. They will not change it. They don't want to violate their identity. They will not change their identity. Then obviously here as well their identity is being violated. Yes, their identity is being hurt, is being harmed. It means these stories I have told you, these incidents I have told, just to tell you that in our country we can't say that there is not any type of any kind of inequality. It still exists in our country, but some schemes and laws are being taken, are being set up by our government to maintain the dignity of the people of our country who are living there, whether they are of any other caste, whether they are male, female, they are of any other religion. I hope till now the chapter is clear to you all. If you have any doubt, you can take your doubts in your classwork group.